The Critical Cube is an advanced technology shipping tool designed to withstand the rough nature of the freight industry. Following these practices will ensure the cube functions at the peak of its performance. A standard pallet jack or forklift should be used to move the cube, sliding the forks into the front or rear access points. To avoid the risk of tipping and personal injury, never begin moving the cube without first ensuring the forklift blades are firmly set underneath the unit. Use caution when sliding the blades underneath the cube, as the walls were not built to withstand hits by heavy and sharp objects. Once the unit has been moved to the desired location, gently lower it back on the ground and remove the forklift blades. Never, under any circumstance, put a person, animal, or other living thing inside the unit. Do not rock or tip the critical cube. Never attempt to move the cube by hand. Use only properly maintained pallet jacks or forklifts. The cube should only be moved by skilled forklift operators. The Critical Cube's performance and our customers' satisfaction is highly dependent on how well the cube is prepped at the outset of the shipment process. Select an empty cube as indicated by the placement of a red zip tie after its previous use. Undo the zip tie and inspect the interior of the unit. Check for any remains from previous shipments or odors that would prevent its use. Before filling the cube's CO2 tanks, the filling station must be fully operational. Release the combination lock of the breaker box and turn the circuit on. Release the combination lock of the CO2 supply valve of the station's main tank. Open the cylinder filling purge valve and turn the pump on using the stop-start switch. You must wait 30 minutes before the station reaches operational temperature. If the unit is suitable for shipping, move it to the filling station. Remove the fill port cap and then purge the fill hose assembly. Then, connect the fill hose assembly to the fill port on the critical cube. Open both the fill hose assembly valve and the internal fill purge valve. Press the Start button on the scale control panel. Monitor the filling of the cube until the scale indicates 200 pounds. The scale will automatically stop filling the cube. Close both the internal fill purge valve and the fill hose assembly valve. Slowly loosen the fill connection to relieve all pressure before disconnecting the fill hose assembly from the cube and replacing the fill port cap. Now that the cube has been appropriately prepped, place a green zip tie on the latch, indicating it is ready for use. Move the critical cube back to the staging area. Make a note of the unit's number and the truck to which it's been assigned to ensure it can be tracked. Once all critical cubes have been filled for the day, a shutdown procedure must be followed. Close and lock the CO2 supply valve. Then, turn the main breaker off and lock it. Making pickups with the critical cube is as simple as any other LTL shipment. In a few steps, the driver can make a successful pickup and get on with their route. Using a forklift or a pallet jack, slide the blades fully into the access points on the front or rear of the cube and pull it out. Remember, the unit is a heavy piece of equipment and should never be moved without proper machinery. Remove the green fastener and inspect the inside of the unit in the presence of the shipper to confirm it has been adequately prepped for use. The product's temperature must always be measured before loading it into the cube using the provided infrared gun. The driver should record the temperature of the product on the bill of lading. The shipper should mark his or her initials to indicate consent. Remember, the critical cube will only maintain the temperature of the product. It should never be used to cool a product. If there is a disagreement about the product's temperature, the driver must refuse the pickup. Product should be hand-loaded into the unit by the driver, using the entire floor space and building layers from the bottom up. Once loading is complete, close the door and ensure the latch is securely in place. Turn on the critical cube using the front panel. Once activated, the digital display will light up. The temperature should be set to match the temperature that was noted on the bill of lading. Place a blue one-stop critical seal through the aligned holes on the latch and attach the two ends of the security seal until they're firmly connected. Now, the door cannot be opened without breaking the security seal. Write the seal number on the bill of lading. Once all the information has been collected, the shipper will sign the bill of lading. Unload the critical cube from the trailer using a standard pallet jack or forklift, sliding the forks into the front or rear access points. Remember, the unit is a heavy piece of equipment and should never be moved without proper machinery. Record the seal number and the temperature of the critical cube on the delivery receipt. Turn the critical cube off using the switch on the front panel of the unit. Remove the blue one-stop critical security seal from the latch. Using caution, unlatch and slowly open the door in case the product is shifted during transit. Wait 30 seconds before unloading to allow the unit to release any residual CO2 vapor. Unload the product onto a pallet or an area designated by the consignee. Measure the temperature of the product and record it on the delivery receipt. After unloading the product, the receiving party will sign the delivery receipt and initial the following items: the temperature reading of the critical cube, the seal number, and the temperature of the product. Firmly close the latch to the critical cube and attach a red fastener indicating that the unit is empty. Load the unit back onto the trailer. The critical cube, revolutionizing the cold chain industry.